Now we're going to take a look at a very basic defense for the submission, the bow and arrow choke. I just got done showing this to you and told you that the power for this submission comes from that elbow going behind the shoulder. Let's take a look at how we can stop that from happening. So Marty's on my back, he's broken me down into that pocket. It's going to be a bad day. Maybe I fell asleep and he brought that arm across and I started to defend close to the hand, which is a no-no anyway. I've slowed down his grip, he didn't get it really tight. He starts to grab for the pants. I know what's about to happen here. There is no imagination. I don't need an imagination to tell what's going to happen. I have to start to defend this elbow now. If this elbow disappears behind my shoulder, I'm done, guys. Fulcrum is here, the lever moves, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get good control of this elbow. You notice how my elbow is on the outside of his leg? I want to bring it to the inside. Turn a little bit. Notice my elbow is stuck on the inside of his calf and on the inside of his knee. What that does is that gives me a little bit of bone support. When he tries to pull this elbow behind his back, he can't do it. You cannot let this elbow go. This is your only lifeline. If you lose this, you're done, okay? So now that I've got control of this, I need to make space so that I can get my head to pop out. Now we're going to do something very counterintuitive. I'm going to end up looking at the ceiling. Okay? I want my head to pop through this pocket right here. So I dig my heels into the floor, I keep good grip here, and I'm going to do a reverse shrimp. I'm going to move my butt away. At the same time as I'm moving away, I'm going to look towards the ceiling and actually kind of point my chin towards the ceiling. So I'm here, I start to scoop. It's a little bit tighter, that's not good. I scoop and I look. You see how my head popped through this hole? That's exactly what I want, but I'm not out of danger yet. My arms are protected, my neck is protected, but Marty's technically still on my back. So now, where I was reverse shrimping, now I'm going to bridge over this hole. I need to get my head to the floor as soon as possible. So I'm going to move this way, and I'm going to bring my head and shoulders to the floor. Excellent, that's exactly what we want. Now, just like our back escapes from earlier, we're going to start to block the knee, and this elbow is going to come to the inside at the hip. To the hip, and I turn away. Make sure that you have good control over that knee and that you either come up with both arms in or both arms out. We don't want to get triangled after we went through all of that trouble of defending the bow and arrow choke. Marty's on the back, he pulls me into the pocket. He starts to reach around for that bow and arrow choke. I get control of that elbow. My elbow comes to the inside of his knee. My heels go down, I'm going to reverse shrimp, My head has gotten into that pocket, awesome. I can now start to let go here. I'm going to bridge my shoulders and my head to the mat. Boom, over top. From here, controlling at the knee, I'm going to make some space with my upper body. Notice I didn't lift my back off of this leg. That's very important. Elbow to the floor, I'm going to turn inside, nice and tight into the guard. All right, Marty pulls me back into the pocket, starts to come over for that bow and arrow choke. Immediately, I grab at the elbow, I bring my elbow to the inside. I'm digging my heels into the floor, and I'm reverse shrimping. I get my head to the inside. Awesome. Now from here, I'm going to bridge over into that pocket I just put my head into. So head, shoulders to the floor. I control the knee. Make some space. Look at that little movement. I'm pivoting on top of that leg. Elbow to the floor, and I push his legs away. Up on top. Nice and good control. It's important that you stay tight through that whole movement. Make sure that you get your head into that pocket and make sure that you hold on to that arm, that elbow. If he gets that elbow behind the shoulder, it's going to be a rough day.